Hi guys, welcome to the video. Reacting to. Wait. Yeah, I'm reacting to.
Thank you. Yes, thank you very much. Thanks, bye.
Może pomogę?
Nie są ale dziękuję bardzo.
Nie mogę się nie patrzeć na ten jest taki piękny.
Prawda? Wiem, że są szybsze,
What's
lepsze,
this?
ale jak dostałam od brata.
Okay, so here it starts now.
Dobrze, że was widzę.
It's just recording. Level.
Jesteś głodny.
Whoa, this is a little scary. How's it going, you guys? Welcome back to another most amazing top 10 video. I'm Landon, and in my last asked all of you, what is something that confuses you? And this is what you all said right here. Today's question of the day is, what do you guys think is the absolute worst way to die? So this right here is top 10 worst ways to die, and let's get right into it. So starting off this list and coming in at number 10, we have dying in a plane crash. It is every traveler's nightmare, especially when turbulence occurs. Although you're in a plane crash, it's not necessarily you're gonna die. In fact, of the 568 US plane crashes between 1980 and 2000, more than 90% of the crashes Big 5. In fact, your chances of surviving your next flight is 99.9. Not too bad. But imagine you were in a plane crash, how scary it would be. You have no idea what's happening. You have this small window to look out of. And all you're thinking is, oh my god, the ground is coming closer and closer. The oxygen mask starts to fall. Everyone is totally losing their minds. There is panic in this plane. You're not sure when the high impact is going to occur. And are you going to smack into land and instantly die? Or get crushed? Be in the water?
Just let you know, guys. I kind of. If it's gonna go like up to 15, then yeah, that's
water, and now you have to fight for your life by swimming. So now this brings us into the number 9 spot, and we're talking about drowning. Drowning refers to a process where the person experiences respiratory impairment of the submersion and immersion in liquid. Drowning is the third leading cause of intentional injury death worldwide, and it's estimated 372,000 die. So if you were to estimate that, that's about 10 people per day. In Europe, drowning was used as a form of capital punishment, and it was one of the most practiced forms of execution until the 17th and 18th century. Can you guys just imagine going underwater? The first thing that comes to your mind is panic, freak out. You have no idea what that is. It's just gas there. And everything just suddenly goes dark. You're blacking out, in and out of consciousness. You have no idea what's going on. What is your body doing? Your body actually fights for survival. But at this point, there's just nothing you can do. Coming in at number 8. We have being burned alive. Many societies have used this as an execution method for such crimes as treason, rebellious actions by slaves, witchcraft, and demonstrated sexual deviancy, such as incest or homosexuality. The type of execution of death by burning is when the guilty is bound to a large wooden stick being tied down to a board, and you're being doused by gasoline. And you hear the match lit, you're just there, helpless. Your skin starts to burn and you feel everything. The panic kicks in, you're looking around, and your skin starts to boil up. Die from the fire itself, they die from the carbon monoxide poisoning, which is so unless you're closed off in a room, it's going to take you some time to pass out or die. And what's worse than being burned alive is adrift at sea, and this comes in. There's many hazards in the ocean that will decrease the chances of survival if you're adrift at sea. You are most to suffer from dehydration. So imagine being out there in the open waters, lost. There's nowhere to go, there's nothing to do but try to survive. So you're out there barely surviving. You'll be wishing that you would die right now. Hyperthermia is another thing to watch for drift at sea. Hyperthermia is when your body loses more heat than it produces, and your core temperature drops. If you've made it through starvation, dehydration, and hyperthermia, well guess what? You still need to worry about sea creatures. There is so many things to look at. Imagine piranhas. These things are so little, but they'll eat.
Okay.
Nie.
eat you alive or a shark. So now this easily brings me to the number 6. We've kind of already talked about it, but we're talking about getting eaten alive by an animal. Yourself in the food chain and you've just become prey. Imagine the animal bites you limb for limb and all you can do is watch and scream. You're in such shock you're alive or if you've just died. You're seeing things that you've never seen. You don't ever want to see again. There is just so much blood everywhere. There's bones being snapped in ways that it should never be bending in. Or imagine this, being eaten alive by a snake whole. If you weren't crushed to death, you're now living and die. Starvation comes in at number 5. Starvation can cause permanent organ damage and eventually death. There's insufficient scientific data on exactly how long people. Although the length of time obviously varies with an individual's percent of body fat and general health, so usually with adults, starvation can lead to death within 12 weeks. There's cases of individual people living for 25 weekends when the individual loses about 30% of their body weight. Once the loss reaches more than 40%, death is almost inevitable. On average, around 20 die every day due to hunger or hunger-related causes. This means every 3.5 seconds. Moving on to number 4, we have freeze to death. Imagine it's getting colder and colder. You are probably living in Canada, but jokes aside, your movements are getting. You're surrounded by cold, and there's just nothing you can do. You're having severe problems breathing, and you can see your skin turning blue and black. You know you're gonna die, you just start to shiver uncontrollably, and you are noticing that you've stopped moving. The only thing you feel is your heart beating, your thoughts in your head, and your eyes are wandering around. Process, you're in and out of consciousness. You're thinking like, was it my last breath? Is this one my last breath? Is this one gonna be my last breath? And then all of a sudden, and you thought you just died. But no, you wake up, you're breathing slow over again, and you're going through this whole process again. Now we know it's hard to imagine something worse than that, but moving into number 3 spot, we're about falling. You're on top of a really tall building, and you went a little bit too far off. You're skydiving, and your parachute malfunctions. Scary, I know. You're now falling. Inevitable death. You are fully aware of everything that's happening, and you know that when you're gonna hit severe injuries, and if they're so severe, you're gonna die. But a lot of you guys might have a little bit of hope while you're falling that you know what, you might live. So you're just rushing through your head, you're freaking out, you're panicking. A lot of you might pass out in the air because you just couldn't take it, you couldn't handle it. And for the others, you hope that you just here and then that's it for you in the sky, instead of plummeting to the ground and feeling everything. Falls is actually the second leading cause of accidental death worldwide. In 2003, unintentional falls 156,000 deaths. Okay, coming into number 2 spot, for the world, we have being tortured. Torture continues to be practiced today. In fact, torture takes place in the majority of the countries in the world. As many as 90% of it often takes place in places of detention, whether it's initially police lockup, interrogation rooms, prison systems, or any other places that people are deprived of their freedom. While techniques from the Middle Ages are no longer used on a large scale, the techniques of torture are just as cruel, inhumane, and painful to the victims. This about being tortured is you have no idea their intentions and what's going to happen. Going through enduring pain. There's going to be so much pain, you just want to die instantly, but you're being tortured, so that person is not going to let you die. I don't know what's or the fact that you're slowly being dismembered. Okay, so finally we have made it to the number 1 spot. This to me is the worst way to die. Let me know if you guys agree, but I'm talking about being buried alive. You're going to be battling. There's being claustrophobic, starvation, dehydration, hypothermia, and these are just to name a few of the many things. Just imagine nothing to do but listen to your own thoughts. Anyone would go absolutely crazy. Would become delusional and panic. You're slowly being suffocated. There's no air to breathe. You can do about it. And guess what? The soil above you acts as a sound barrier, so there's no point yelling out for help because there's no one can hear you. At Unless Grandpa's hearing aids are turned off like mega high, you're just there to die. So you're just there, and you want to die quickly, but there's nothing you can do to take your own life. Your body can actually survive 8 to 10 days without water, and if for some reason you're able to get water, well, you're just gonna prolong your life. You can live about 3 weeks without food, and then your insides just start eating itself out. It's deteriorating. I mean, how petrifying is this whole situation? Well, there you guys have it. The top 10 worst ways to die. Hopefully I didn't scare you guys off too much. So what did you guys think should have made this list? And also, what is your number one? Well, thank you for watching this top 10. I'll see you guys next Friday. We do this all over again. So it...
Okay, so that was it. And I think I might do another video
Nie, spokojnie.
as well, so I'm gonna upload this one and then start another one. Okay, and then what will happen. Yeah, I'm gonna do a different one. So yeah, bye guys.
Mogła jakoś pomóc.